you.
How does it feel to be back after having
Your ASAP people are ready to go. Now we're ready to rock and roll.
How does it feel to be back after having to withdraw from the tournament last year with Sjogren's syndrome?
I know. Last year was definitely a tough year, and I've come a long way in that 1 year, and it's great to be back and feeling a lot better. Now I feel like I can play. Last year was it was a real struggle. So I'm happy to have progressed and be in this tournament.
Eunice, how did the Olympics, if at all, affect your preparation for the hard court season?
The Olympics was amazing. I feel like I played my best tennis of the year at the Olympics. So I was extremely excited going into Cincinnati. I was just couldn't wait to play. So it really gave me a boost, I think. It gave me just all this excitement about getting out back on the court.
How does one keep their body prepared going from straight from the Olympics to something like this? How do you keep your body in shape?
Well, lots of prayer, but just try to stay fit and stay in the gym and try to do a lot of prevention, stay strong. But I mean, a lot of unforeseen things do happen. That's life.
Obviously, you didn't plan on not being here last year, but given everything, do you feel like maybe it's a rejuvenation mentally that perhaps just a breakaway from things that go back may have actually had a rejuvenating effect on you?
Well, I didn't have it was a break, but I worked really hard during that break. So there was definitely a lot. I almost needed a break from the break. So, a lot of things were happening in my life during that time. But of course, I'm grateful. I love tennis. I got to do what I wanted the most, which was be at the Olympics. That was my whole dream this year. So being able to do that for me is I feel really blessed.
Venus, how does making your great run in Cincinnati, making the semifinals there, how does that sort of change your expectations or mindset at all coming to this tournament?
Well, it's just all about giving 100% on every point for me. That's what I did in Cincinnati. Every point, I gave everything I possibly could. And I think that helped me with the great results. I played a lot of great players in that tournament. So I think that should give me confidence going into my matches. And more than anything, I just want to step into each match and treat it the same way I did in Cincinnati.
One of your Olympic brethren, Gabby Douglas, she's America's golden child right now. She came under some fire, necessary about her hair. And you and your sister, it was something that you guys, people talked about when you first came into tennis. What was your opinion when you heard these things about that?
See, I was in London, so they didn't talk about her hair there. So I didn't hear about that. So I'm a little late to the.
But now
it was the stories in London were all about the English people, so it was a different perspective where I was.
But now that maybe you're stateside and probably have heard a little bit about it, what's your opinion?
I didn't really hear about it, so I'm not sure. But I mean, I think she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. At her age, let me tell you, I was not looking that great. So I think she looks amazing, and more than anything, she lived her dream and performed well. And there's only a handful of people that can do that. So I'm very proud of her because of that.
Venus, how is your back doing since Cincinnati?
Yeah, since Cincinnati, I've been on the road to recovery. I'm not 100%, but I'm going to try to get as close to 100% for my match. And that injury was totally unexpected. I've never ever had a back problem. It was just like, wow. So it was crazy, but I tried my best to get through it during that match. So I really wanted to be in the final, and it didn't work out for me, but I tried to do it here.
What exactly is the problem, and how is it limiting you in your preparation, given that you said you're not 100%?
Well, I didn't start hitting serves until Thursday. What is today? Saturday? Yeah, so, and I had to take it easy, leading up to the tournament, so I've had just kind of a soft preparation. But I feel good about my game, and that's the most important thing going into a tournament. And I think with injuries, you have to start to get used to the pain, so I think that's pretty much what it's going to be for me, is just get used to it and keep going.
Venus, can you talk about some of your off-court business ventures?
Well, of course, I have 11, which I wear on the court, and interior design company, we start tiers, and we do pretty much 100% commercial design, so like hotels or, you know, different things like that. So that keeps me busy, but I have a great team, so it helps.
Venus, Kim Clijsters was in a moment or two ago, and she said that when your sister Serena is at the peak of her form and in good shape, that she regards her as the best player ever. Just wonder, what are your thoughts on that? Is it possible for you to detach yourself and make a verdict?
Yeah, she's amazing. I think that when she's playing great and feeling confident, then even if she isn't, it still takes a hurricane to beat her. So you have to bring out your best tennis and basically make no errors. So I think her record speaks for how well, you know, what an amazing player she is.
Venus, can you flash back to 2000, 2001, your title runs, and just talk about some of the things you remember from then? It was quite some time ago.
Yeah.
Decade.
I remember in 2000, like I went to go sit in my chair, I think in the quarterfinals, and I missed it completely and fell on the ground. So that's a funny memory. But I remember that final in 2000, Lindsay played so well, and I just remember having to just change my game plan completely to come back in that match. And it was very satisfying because I felt like we both played amazing, and to win a match where you play well and your opponent played well was great. And then the next year, I think, was the first time Serena and I played each other in a major final. So that was very monumental for us because growing up we were like saying, yeah, we're going to do this, and then when it happens, it's like a big deal for our whole family and a big deal for tennis and American tennis. So I think those were definitely years where the game was growing and changing.
Did you feel, I mean, looking back, going on court that night against her, did you feel uncomfortable at all? And I know you played a ton, but...
Yeah, I wanted to win. Pretty much sums it up. I think she did too, and I'm glad I got the title. She got another one the next year. So
You guys have off-court ventures, success on court, and the New York Times just pegged you guys Venus and Serena against the world. What is next? Is it world domination? What is next for the women's sisters?
Well, next for me is, you know, I've had a big life change, so now, whereas I used to do a lot of things for myself, you know, I was very, very hands-on with my businesses, but now I've like taken more of a back seat and just do the, you know, most important roles and not such a busybody or a control freak, and I focus a lot on my tennis and I try to get a lot of rest. So in order for me to do this well, I have to, my life has changed, so I just try to focus a lot more on saving my energy for tennis. So I'm not trying to conquer anything else. I'm tired. I just want to play tennis.
What has changed kind of being the face of some entitled illness? Like, has anything in your life changed being the face of that?
Yeah, a lot of people, you know, come up to me and tell me how, you know, they have the disease or their daughter has the disease, or now, you know, my husband believes that I'm sick, because a lot of people with autoimmune disease, they look, you know, healthy, but inside they don't feel well at all. So I think it helps a lot of people to get diagnosed earlier and to feel better sooner, or just to have a reason why you feel that way helps a lot. So I like to think that's what it does.
Did you have any reservations about revealing the disease, like it was a trump card for other players to kind of capitalize on?
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have kept it private. What is that? But it didn't work out that way for me. And in the end, I think it happened the best way that it could. So it is good to be honest sometimes.
And
Can you compare or contrast?
Well, I was going to say your quarter this time had a couple of players that challenged you in recent tournaments. How do you approach those players when you play them again? Something big as you would say.
I try to learn from my mistakes, try to get the win. I keep it pretty simple and try to bring my best game.
Yes, can you compare and contrast how you felt, your mindset coming in here last year when you knew you were suffering from this disease and didn't know what was going to happen versus this year coming in?
Yeah, I mean, last summer everything was so hard, so everything was very difficult and just so hard. Everything was hard, and I didn't understand why. And then just being at the tournament every day, I just wanted to quit and practice. And I would tell myself maybe tomorrow I'll feel better, so I should just keep going. And so it was very difficult. And this year, when I'm at practice, I don't want to quit. So There's a huge difference, you know, to be at a major and just like want to walk off the court is tough. So I've come a long way thanks to my doctors, everything else. So it's great.
Is Gartha open, and what New York City brings to this unique event?
Yeah, US Open. It's loud, crazy, and big, and pretty much very important for the American players. It's our major at home. And I think everybody knows about New York City. It's just a mental test here to finish the year and to get through everything that's like all around you the whole time.
So, Venice, did it come to your mind that you're going to retire? If so, would you like to retire first, or would you like Serena to retire first?
Oh God, we're retire together. She's not playing, I'll be so sad and demoralized. I just wouldn't be able to continue. Hopefully she feels the same way.
Venus, you talked about American tennis before. I know this year you spent a bunch of time with Christina McHale and Glenn Stevens at Fed Cup and other places. And both of them had big breakout tournaments here last year. Can you compare the two, their differences and their personalities? I know are very different, and their games also.
I think their games are both developing. They're still developing their shots. They have a lot of variety and getting stronger. So I think now it's just the beginning for both of them. You know, they'll continue to improve their serve and their ground strokes and their strategy and mental toughness. So it's just the beginning for them. I think they do everything well and like match tough. And I think this year for Sloane also has been a great year. She's had the opportunity to play a lot of matches and learn a lot. And Christina has just been progressing. That's great for American tennis, for Fed Cup, and all of that stuff. So it's great to see that.
Do you feel like the future's in good hands with them?
Absolutely, the sky's the limit. Sky's the limit for sure. You know, just keep progressing, and as long as they stay healthy, I think they'll do well.
Venus Fleischer's just said that some players a year older than she is. She said if she won the U.S. Open, she wouldn't come back. And so, just wondering what's your motivation? Is it the adrenaline rush of being out there? What keeps you going? See someone like her, hanging it up.
I think we have different priorities. I think she wants to have more family, and I don't. Yeah. So I think that's a difference probably between. And I really love tennis, and I feel like I have so much to give, and especially since I've had my health problems, I feel like I can't let anything take me down. I have to beat this. So for me, this is what it's all about, is beating this, and not just for me, but for everyone who has felt ill or sick and wants to return back to what they were. So for me, I have a lot to prove to myself.
Has it been just a lifestyle change with more rest, or is there medicine that's helping?
All the above. Thank God for medicine, right? But medicines, and it takes time to find the right combinations and try different things. And the main medicine for my disease takes 6 months before it kicks in. So you're just sitting at home like, what month is it now? So it's a long process, and definitely learning to change your life. You have to accept limitations and accept that maybe you don't recover from, so other people can do other things, but maybe for me it's not going to help my tennis if I'm, all over the place. So I learned, and now I like this life better because it's easier for me. Now I'm like, no, I can't do that because I got to save my energy. So I can say no to a lot more stuff. It's great.
Venus, exactly how many months were you feeling tired before the doctors could pinpoint what the disease was?
Years.
Years?
Years.
Like starting what year?
The main year for me was 2007. Is when I really started, to feel tired.
You still won Wimbledon 2008.
Yeah.
And then what? It just got progressively worse year after year.
I just didn't know what was wrong with me. So I just had to get a lot worse before I could get diagnosed. So, I had different diagnoses like asthma. One doctor told me that maybe I should go see a psychiatrist. I want to go back to, because I don't know if you guys, I watched a lot of the Golden Girls, but there's this episode where Dorothy has chronic fatigue syndrome. The doctor tells her to go buy a new dress or whatever. And she goes back to him, tells him off, like, I want to go to that doctor and say, I had something real, you know. Don't go tell me to see a psychiatrist. Something was wrong with me. So I need to go see him. But
because a lot of the news that came out of the Olympics about women were it was pretty negative. What was your view of women in the Olympics and their performance? It wasn't
I didn't hear that news
It wasn't
either.
very performance based. So I'm asking just the women that you saw, what was your opinion on their performance over the Olympics?
Well, the Olympics is for sure about performing your personal best, but it's also about participation. It's about feeling a part of something bigger than what you ever could be alone. So I think so many women performed well, so many men did as well, but it's like, it's not even the point. It's about the Olympic movement for me. That's how I felt when I was there. So that's how I see it.
Event that sticks out in your mind that you saw besides your own?
I watch a lot of archery, beach volleyball. I watch so much stuff. Ping pong, badminton. I watch athletics. I watched everything that I could see. I started watching rhythmic gymnastics, synchronized swimming. So yeah, I watched a lot of stuff.
Last couple of questions.
Venus, you were speaking before about Kim. What does Kim mean to the tour, and what does she mean to you personally?
Kim has, had a resurgence like no other. Coming back, winning 2 majors, and I'm sure if she hadn't had injuries, she would have been able to do even more and even live more of a dream at the Olympics, maybe bring home a medal. So I think that she's inspiration for everyone who says, if you put your mind to it and you have a dream, you can do whatever you want and do all the things that you want. So I think she's done that, and I think for me that just is motivation for me.
So, yes, have you had a chance to read the New York Times magazine article yet? I'm just wondering.
Not yet. No.
And after the Olympics, do you feel like everything is sort of gravy? That's such a big push for you to make the team. And does it feel like gravy at this point, the rest of the year, or is it just you kicked into the different sort of expectations?
Yeah, when you even say Olympics on my heart, it's like, oh my gosh, that was amazing for me. But it was definitely a kickstart for me. I feel like my game has improved a lot, and I just need time. For me, this year is about figuring everything out, and maybe the rest of my career will be, but I love it, and I'm having a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.